It's day 27 of the Marawi crisis. The military intensifies operations against remaining terrorists to regain full control of the once peaceful Islamic city. Our senior correspondent David Santos joins us live from Marawi. David, what are the developments there so far?
Well, for one, Marawi is the country's only Islamic city. Christian residents are minority here, but they freely practice their faith. And amid this conflict, a church leader travels to Marawi today to show support not only for Christians, but for Muslim residents as well. Father Chito Soganub has been serving this chapel inside the Mindanao State University for years now.
That all the Christians, all the Catholics, praying for your safety, praying that this war would end.
Since Father Chito was taken hostage by militants, the chapel has not celebrated any Mass there. But for the first time on Corpus Christi Sunday, a hastily prepared Mass is held in the chapel. In fact, this could be the first Catholic Mass inside Marawi since the city's cathedral was desecrated at the height of the attack that began May 23. Only a handful comes in attendance.
In this season of prayer of Ramadan, the Muslims prayed and very holy for them. Kaya ito din is very trying for them, but I know that God will also answer their prayers.
Father Chito is a respected religious leader in Marawi both by minority Christians and Muslims alike. He operates an ecumenical preschool. This is his humble bedroom, just adjacent to a classroom. Books and newspaper are still in his bed, which has not been made up. Father Chito is also active in interfaith dialogue. And since it's Father's Day, Marawi residents, whom he considers his children, can't help but worry for his safety.
Sana hindi siya mawala ng pag-asa. Palagi siyang kasama sa prayer namin na sana safe pa rin siya kasama namin ng mga laiko.
However, it's no special Sunday for militants still holding out in Marawi. Government forces continue the series of bombing runs throughout the city. As dark smoke billows the city's horizon, bursts of heavy artillery fire can be heard in the distance. Cause-oriented groups, on the other hand, distribute relief aid to Marawi residents who choose to stay in their homes but are away from the war zone.
And also this is a good opportunity na maramdaman din ng mga Maranaos that Christians are also reaching out and also concerned for their well-being and so on. So yung aming pagtulong hindi lang sa Christians but also with the Maranaos.
At least 6 other people who were taken along with Father Chito at the Marawi Cathedral. Among them are 4 women lay workers.
David, is there a word on Father Chito and the other hostages?
Well, officials here have been tight-lipped on any information regarding Father Chito Soganub or his fellow hostages. A military spokesman said a few days ago that the information they are getting is that the priest is alive. The spokesman, however, refused to give further details, not even the general location where Father Chito and the other hostages are being held captive. Now, Father Cornelio Taranilla of the Discalced Carmelites, following a meeting with the Crisis Management Committee here in Marawi earlier today, told reporters that there are ongoing, quote, negotiations, but he too said could not provide more information.
Stay safe, David. Our senior correspondent David Santos reporting live from Marawi City. President Duterte denies there was a failure of intelligence on the part of the government leading to the crisis in Marawi. Speaking before troops of the 4th Infantry Division in Butuan, the president said the government took for granted the entry of firearms into Marawi. This because he was hoping to secure a peace deal with Moro rebels. Here's the president in his own words.
Itong Maote were bringing the firearms surreptitiously at hindi natin nakuha na gaano na karami ang amo pati baril sa loob. And besides, it was not a failure of intelligence Kasi kung makita ka sila may armas, tapos sabihin nila MIMN, ang standing order naman is, ang galawan, baka sakali, papakiusapan pa natin ang mga kapatid natin. Walang gulo.
This statement comes after Supreme Court Associate Justice Mariano del Castillo questioned the possibility of government's failure of intelligence on the Maute Group's plan to attack Marawi. Castillo asked this during the oral arguments on petitions seeking to nullify the declaration of martial law in Mindanao. President Duterte also said martial law in Mindanao will continue until he is satisfied that not a single shot will be fired ever again. Yesterday was President Duterte's first public appearance after 5 days of absence. In a media interview, he said he went to a secret trip to a town in Mindanao but did not divulge details of that trip. He adds he needed to travel like a private citizen so he can go wherever he wants. The president was last seen on June 11th in Villamor Air Base for the arrival honors for slain Marawi soldiers. He skipped the Independence Day celebration on June 12th and wasn't seen in public much of last week, raising speculations on his health. Pressed by the media, Malacanang said he is well and taking some time off to rejuvenate. Fathers come in different forms and sizes, and while in evacuation centers for displaced Marawi residents, our Camila Badisho met each and every one of them. She tells her story.
Abdul Rahman feeds his children and attends to them all day, every day in this evacuation center in Baloi. He was a tricycle driver in Marawi. Now that his family is displaced, being a father is his top priority, taking care of his children the best way he could.
Basta kaya mo na silang alagaan na maayos. Yung mga iba, naaya lang yung anak, kung saan mapadpad. Pero ako hindi. Kahit saan na pumunta, nasusunda ko talaga. Kasi masama mamaya, may dumampot, hindi mo alam eh. Kailangan tutok ka talaga sa mga anak mo.
Out on the battlefield, Master Sergeant Ronnie Barriento serves as a father to 88 enlisted personnel of the 14th Division Reconnaissance Company, now under the operational control of 103rd Brigade in Marawi.
Pag may wounded, hindi ko sila pinapasama na. Ako rin yung nagkokontrol sa uwi. Lahat ng mga moral binibigay ko rin sa kanila. Lahat na problema nila sa akin dinadaing.
At home, he's a proud dad of 3. His son is a soldier who's assigned in Sulu, his eldest daughter a registered nurse, and his youngest daughter also wants to join the army. Serving for over 3 decades in the military, he says his family has come to understand his call of duty, even in special occasions like Father's Day.
Trabaho muna bago yung pamilya, sabi nila. Yun, nagtawagan na lang kami. Kahit gaanong importante, hindi man tayo makalabas, hindi tayo makauwi. Kasi una muna tayo sa trabaho. Sabi ko sa kanila, sige, celebrate nyo na lang dyan.
Staff Sergeant Danilo Bangkiao missed his son's birthday on Friday as he provides combat support for troops on the ground. His 2 kids often cry when they talk on the phone, but he says he promised to make it up to them after the conflict.
Napakahirap, no? Napakahirap, masakit. No? Pero bilang isang sundalo, talagang i-overcome yung mga ganong bagay dahil lalo na sa inarap natin na crisis. Magsiselebrate din kami ulit ng birthday pagkatapos nitong kaguluhan. Babawi ako sa anak ko.
Fathers in the battlefield and fathers turned away by war, all facing adversity and uncertainty, but still fight on for the sake of their children and their families, their ultimate source of strength, courage and inspiration in these trying times. In Lanao del Sur, Camila Badisho, CNN Philippines.
Salute to our fathers there. A 10-wheeler truck plows through houses and bystanders in Taytay, Rizal, leaving 6 people dead and many others injured. Makoy Popioco talked to some of the victims' families, including a father, now left without a wife and a daughter.
It was a sad Father's Day Eve for Istalim Jimpis. What welcomed him at home from work were his ruined house and some lit candles dedicated to 2 of the most important persons in his life. His wife Mary Jane and his youngest 2-year-old princess were killed after a 10-wheeler truck rammed through their house along Cabrera Road in Tikling area, Taytay, Rizal.
Siyempre naman po, napakasakit para sa akin mga balanganan. Asawa, anak, buti kami natira sa akin. Wala rin mga agawin. Diba? Patay na eh.
Jimpis's daughter, Princess, was still breathing when rushed to the hospital but was proclaimed dead minutes after her arrival. His son Gian was also admitted to the hospital for his fractured bones. Jimpis was at a construction site where he works when the incident happened. His sister-in-law Teresita attended to the remains. A netizen who witnessed the crash uploaded this graphic video of the incident's aftermath on Facebook. Blood-drenched bodies scattered on the pavement. The 4 people killed were bystanders and tricycle drivers waiting for passengers in a nearby terminal. Resident Levito Bernal says he peered at death right in the eye when he managed to run from the scene upon seeing the speeding truck.
Parating na ngayon truck. Nakasigaw naman ako sir na mayroong nawalan niya tampreno kaya ano tayo takbo, tumakbo na tayo. Yung iba sir kasi may bata tapos yung kasi yung talaga sir mabilis yung ragasa ng truck sir.
The 22-year-old truck driver is now detained in Taytay Police, a novice driver who's been in the job for a year only. He's facing multiple charges including reckless imprudence resulting in homicide, multiple physical injuries, and damage to property.
Paglabas po namin ng warehouse, okay pa naman po yung truck. Tapos pagpasok ko po ng tercera, ayaw na pong pumasok. Tapos nung sinubukan ko pong mag-brake, wala na pong preno yung truck. Sa mga pamilya po na nadamay sa aksidente, gusto ko pong humingi ng tawad.
But for Jimpis, his apology is not enough. On Father's Day, his only wish is a decent burial for his wife and daughter.
Ngayon po, ang gusto ko lang ikailingan na sana, yung may-ari ng nakadiskrasya sa akin mag-ina, sana sagutin niya naman po yung kagastusan.
CNN Philippines has tried reaching out to the truck company. We have yet to receive from the company a response to any of our messages. Makoy Popioko, CNN Philippines.
The remains of Jimpi's wife and daughter are still in the hospital morgue at this time. According to Taytay Police Chief Samuel De Lorino, the truck company, Jassy and Jesse Trucking Services, has promised to provide financial assistance to the victims' families. Meanwhile, Senator Grace Poe, chair of the Committee on Public Services, calls for stricter implementation of road safety regulations. The LTFRB says the trucking company is not registered under the government's Passenger Accident Management and Insurance Agency, or PAMI. It has its own private insurance provider. When the newsroom returns, the 7 missing sailors from a U.S. warship are found. We tell you about the tragic collision in the waters off Japan. Back after a quick break. Keep it here on CNN Philippines. Good evening to our viewers live on Facebook. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, especially sa ating mga kababayans watching us from all over the world. I read some of your messages. Hello to you guys watching us from Hong Kong and from Dubai, to Karen Almonte watching from Zamboanga City, and Lina Rabang watching from UAE, Felix Gimotea watching from Taiwan. Let us know where you're watching from and tell us what you think about the stories today. And do stay tuned. We have more stories coming up, especially tributes to fathers today, since today is Father's Day. Also, we were talking to David Santos, our senior correspondent, earlier, and he was giving us an update on what it's like in Marawi today, day 27 of the crisis. And we are waiting for word on Father Chito Suganob and the other hostages still being held by the Maute group in Marawi City. Also, 4 barangays still a struggle by the military. They're struggling to regain control of the city, and those 4 barangays, because the Maute terrorists have fortified their positions there, and they did say that they have snipers and taking human shields or civilians as human shields, and many more bodies are being recovered. We were speaking to Brigadier General Restituto Padilla earlier. He said 26 civilians that have been confirmed dead, and but many more bodies are still being recovered by local rescuers, but they have yet to confirm if these are indeed civilians, since many also were found to have weapons beside the bodies, and these might be of the terrorists. I'd like to say hello to Len. Panoy, I've been reading your message and she says, salute to all our brave soldiers who fight for us, who fight for our sovereignty and the people of Mindanao. Thank you for your thoughts and do send us more of your comments here on Facebook Live. Stay tuned. This is the newsroom on CNN Philippines. Welcome back. Sad news from overseas. The U.S. Navy found the bodies of 7 sailors who went missing after a ship collision near Japan. A U.S. defense official says the sailors were discovered in a flooded compartment of the USS Fitzgerald. The guided missile destroyer took on water after colliding with a Philippine merchant vessel yesterday morning. The 7th Fleet says most of the crew members were sleeping when the incident happened. Meanwhile, the Foreign Affairs Department says there are no Filipino casualties in the collision. All 20 Filipino crew are safe, and the Philippine Embassy says it is ready to extend all the necessary assistance to them. Kids paid tribute to their dads and celebrated Father's Day with PBA stars. They say their fathers were key role models while growing up in a world filled with challenges. Some of the kings of Philippine basketball, 4-time MVP Alvin Patrimonio and the Flying A, Johnny Abarientos, also shared nuggets of wisdom at the Araneta Center's My Dad is My MVP Father's Day celebration.
And syempre, blessed din ako dahil sa naiwang legacy ng dad ko sa akin. Siya talaga nag-hone sa akin to be a better person.
Kasi lahat mo ng daddy dito, I know, you do a lot of sacrifices to your kids, to your daughters, to your sons, para po mabigay natin yung best para sa kanila.
Still ahead, Jay-Z is once again a proud father as Beyonce gives birth to their twins. And more tributes to our dads on Father's Day when Newsroom Weekend returns. Stay tuned. Good evening once again to our viewers on Facebook. Thank you for joining us live right now. Kumusta ang gabi nyo? It's Father's Day today. How are you celebrating? Do tell us how you're celebrating this special day with your fathers, and I hope you're having a good evening. More stories coming up in the show. We're on to our last 4 minutes. We have news about Beyonce giving birth to their twins and more Father's Day tributes in the show. I'd also like to say hi to more of our viewers watching us from Caranglan, Nueva Ecija. Bal Fajardo, she says hello to her family and watching from New Zealand. Also, Rosemary Eusebio Langreo watching from Cavite, and Yeb Iyun joining us from South Korea. Hello to you. Also, Ambot Saimhu joining us, watching from Tacloban City. Many others watching from Taiwan. Mila Kela says hi, and Ian Everett Kayunda says hello. Hello to you too. Thank you for watching us live on Facebook. Do tell us where you're watching from, and do remember to check our website for more news and developments throughout the night. That's cnnphilippines.com, and do keep us posted on what's happening on your end. We are also available on our social media accounts. We'd like to also hear from you guys. Thank you.
At kahit may papi ka na,
Clark, come to Daddy.
di mo ako pinalitan. Happy Father's Day, Daddy!
That's really sweet. I hope you get to watch the entire ad. To all dads out there, happy Father's Day. That's what's happening in the newsroom this Sunday, June 18. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay with CNN Philippines, where we tell the story of the Filipino. Good night.